I've mentioned multiple times that the decision to make a 4-part TV pilot into a movie is the film's biggest problem. I should probably rephrase that to, it's the main cause of the film's problems. I've addressed things like the humour not always working, awkward animation, and some characters lacking depth. Those are mostly nitpicks since they're things I can deal with. However, the biggest problem is both the film's structure and flow. This isn't a particularly long film at about roughly 90 minutes, the shortest of any of the theatrical Star Wars films. And yet it's possibly the worst paced out of all of them. Despite having a plot inspired by a 1989 movie Shogun Shadow, the film does take approximately an entire episode's length to get the main story going. You can practically see where each episode ends and the next one begins. And since this is initially written as a 4-part pilot, each episode has its own 3-act structure, a beginning, rising action, and a resolution. So in watching the film, I feel like it has 4 separate climaxes: the Battle of Christophsis, the Battle of Teth, the duel with Ventress, and the final fight with Dooku in the Magna Guards. And because of how much they cram into the film, it feels like you're running 4 laps instead of just 1. It can get rather exhausting with hardly any time to breathe. There's even one very specific word I've constantly heard being used to describe the movie, even by notable Star Wars content creators: boring. Whilst I wouldn't personally go that far, and this is coming from someone who really draws the line at boring, I do think it is clear that the film's biggest failure is being unable to convey the feel of a feature-length motion picture. It's the simple fact that this was never built to function as a film. The pacing, flow, and repeated climaxes all stem from that TV episode DNA, and the result is a story that struggles to feel cohesive. Ironically, many of the arcs of the later seasons would feel way more cinematic, structured, and could work as movies. The Maul arc and finale of Season 5 spring to mind, and especially the final arc of Season 7, The Siege of Mandalore. The movie is not entirely unwatchable, but it never quite escapes the limits of its original format.